Well, you know what, ladies? You can't come and visit the Health Museum, so we're bringing it to you. Now, no, I'm not just hanging around on a pole. I know better than that, but we want to show you that we are actually practicing social distancing. So this is also, it's impacting our day-to-day job. So I do have my friend Becky over here with the Health Museum, and so that we are staying far apart, I have my trusty pole. So it's a little different for us. But this is one of the things you said that we do need to do social distancing. So tell me about this.
Absolutely. So social distancing is basically keeping space between people and avoiding large gatherings, because that's one of the things that we know is with viruses and things like that, like we're dealing with right now, one of the ways that it's spread is by close contact. And so keeping that distance is important.
Now, we have been through this exhibit before, Outbreak,
Yes.
and to think it was only, an exhibit, but here we are. Tell us a little bit, though, the similarities you're seeing with COVID-19 and other pandemics we've seen in the past.
So it's not unusual to have outbreaks. There are different outbreaks throughout the world on a regular basis. This is just on a much larger scale than we're used to. So this one, there are some similarities and some differences. So this is one that's a respiratory virus that affects the lungs and causes some flu-like symptoms in people. There's things like the seasonal flu that have similar symptoms. This one is infecting quite a few people in different countries right now. Obviously, it's kind of spread around the world, which is why they're calling it a pandemic instead of an epidemic. But I think there's some similarities and differences to ones in the past. So one of the big differences that we see is just the technology and the information that we have now compared to some of the epidemics and pandemics that we've seen in the past. So something like polio, where it took about 14 years for them to figure out what was causing the illness, we figured it out in a month. And what took decades in order to develop a vaccine, they're already starting trials on it. So there's definitely some differences between some things that have happened in the past, but then there's also some similarities, like the tendency to worry about things like that. But the really good news that we have is there's a lot of amazing public health professionals, both here and around the world, that work on this stuff all the time. And there's some really basic things that we can all be doing, including the social distancing, staying, strong immune systems, staying hydrated, things like that are really important to control the spread.
And we're actually going to be showing you some of those things coming up. We're going to show you about germs and also washing our hands. So stay tuned for that very important lesson. We are live from the Health Museum. Thanks so much, Becky. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Social distancing, y'all. Got to do it. Stay tuned.